What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Up Tempo Podcast. I'm your host, Blake Lane. Tonight, like always, I'm here with my co-host, Dustin Smith. The Auburn Tigers, 94-73 over the Georgia Bulldogs in Neville Arena. Dustin, they look damn good, man. They look damn good. They
Yeah, it's beautiful.
improved to 17-5 on the year and 7-2 in SEC play, man. What an effort it was, Dustin. I mean, I can't, I really can't pick at anything that went wrong.
Mm.
I know it started a little shaky in the beginning, but I think Wendell took over in that first half, man, and the shots that he made from deep. Jonah Broom couldn't be stopped, man. Alan Flanagan was on his A game. What a performance from him. And KD Johnson shows up, Dustin. What a performance from him. Back-to-back games with double digits. So
Yeah.
if we can keep getting that productivity from KD, man, I think we're in store for something special from this Auburn team. But first, man, kicking this thing off, before we dive into this game, there's some big recruiting news on the
Mm.
hardwood floating around Auburn, man. We know Tahad Pettiford has committed to the Auburn Tigers. That's a big time get.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
people say the number 2 national rated guard in the country. Some people say 3. I'll take either one. I don't really care.
Yeah.
A 6 foot guard, about 160. They say he will be the true point guard. That's what I also believe. I know that's what you also believe. And then we will hear the announcement tomorrow
Mm.
of LeBaron filing. A
Yeah.
lot of people have sent in crystal balls, Dustin, towards Auburn. A lot of people think the momentum is headed there. We know Coach Flan is headed to Mobile, Alabama, and he will fly to Knoxville, Tennessee Saturday morning before the game, man. This could potentially be big time news. You're going to have a combo guard in LeBaron. He's probably going to play the 2. I know you also believe that, just like I do. Man, let me hear your thoughts. If we get LeBaron filing, man, I mean,
Mm.
we're going to go to number 2. We're going to go to the second ranked recruiting class in the country, Dustin. This is groundbreaking stuff from the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah. You remember when we missed on Ace Bailey, which everybody missed on
Yeah,
Ace Bailey. He went to Rutgers. Like everyone,
Rutgers.
yeah, everyone missed.
Yeah,
Um, when that happened, there was all this going on about Bruce. All of a sudden, he can't recruit. It's
yeah,
becoming too much for basketball and all that. And we talked about at the time how stupid of a take that was. Something that's very smart that Bruce did today or has been doing that I read about today actually was he identified Pettiford and LeBaron early, and he sold this to them from the get go. This two
hmm,
guard system. This isn't anything like this was all part of it. There's a reason why one's committing on Wednesday and then one's committing on Friday. They've become
yeah,
really tight. Coach Flan has also become really tight with LeBaron's family. So
yeah,
they're not gonna have Flan come down here and then fly him to Knoxville on the school's money. Like they were not gonna waste money like that. Um, yeah, I'm 99% sure that he'll sign tomorrow at 12:30, and
mm,
I'll be going there tomorrow night to your old high school and checking them out. Man, they're
yeah,
21-6, and then Cottage Hill is I want to say 22-2, I believe. You would
yeah,
know a little bit more about their team and some of the players on their team. But it's supposed to be a hype atmosphere. It's supposed to be sold out, and me and you'll be in the building most likely. I know I'll be there. I know you're going to try to make it. So I'm
yeah,
excited,
man.
man. Wednesday was just an awesome day for us. We got football recruits as well. And we talked about with Wendell. We talked about with Wendell on the last episode how he
Hmm.
doesn't have the guard to help him out. There's not a guy to comp his size. Okay, so yeah, Pettiford's only 6 foot. Now, when you
Yeah,
watch him, he's got a lot. He's got like a Jared Harper type game. Like he
hmm,
plays above the rim, even
hmm,
at 6 foot. He's got some dunks, man. He's
no
got some
doubt.
post. And he's also got a deli step back 3. So his game's a little bit different than what Wendell's is, and some of these smaller guards. Even Sharif Cooper, he has a different game than Sharif Cooper.
Hmm.
So he's just a little bit different. So he's still smaller, but he plays with a certain tenacity, and his skill set will kind of offset that. But like we talk about with Wynn, how Wynn needs a big guard to help him. That's everything that LeBaron is. He
Mm,
is a 2. They call him a combo guard, bro. He's
yeah,
a 2. Like they call
Yeah.
him a combo guard because his ball handling is so good. That's why they
Hmm.
call him that. Like he ball handles like I mean it's Kyrie-esque. It really is.
Mm.
Um, like it's wild. He can just there's no difference with either hand.
Yeah.
Just as smooth. The IQ's there, and then the main thing that every Auburn fan should love is he fills it up, bro. Mid
Mm.
range, inside, dunks, layups,
Anything.
three. It just doesn't matter. Step back three, catch and shoot
Yeah.
three. It doesn't matter. So as long as we pull this off, and listen, Kansas Swanson, there's some other guys that wanted that. There might be some late night calls tonight, but I don't. I'm not. This isn't. This isn't Tony Mitchell. We're gonna.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
this this is a good kid, class act kid. He's not going to do anybody like that, and I think that tomorrow will be a good day for Auburn. I hope he caps it off tomorrow night with a 50-point performance, and
Mm.
you can look at the backcourt of the future and be really excited. And just man, they cut their games complement each other perfect, bro.
Man, love to hear that. I know one thing that is super impressive to me about LeBaron, man, is his ability to get to the rim, take body contact, and still finish at the rim, man.
Hmm.
He's gonna have a tough task tomorrow night. I know Cottage Hill, one of their bigs, the Thomas twins down there. I know one of them. He just signed with South Alabama to play tight end. So they got some dudes on their team, man. They're expected. I think they're ranked like 1 or 2 in 3A, I believe. So they're really
Yep,
really
I
good.
checked.
And yeah, man, they've been deep the past couple of years. They were just really young. Now that team is blossomed. They're older. They've been into the playoffs and deep into the playoffs. So I really expect this Cottage Hill team to make a run, uh, possibly to a state championship. So it's going to be a good one, man. I can't wait to see it. But man, Dustin, we got to get into this 94-73 thumping from the Auburn Tigers, man. Look, it was a revenge game, Dustin. Let's be
Hell
honest. We
yeah.
went to Athens and we got spanked. And last night, I think we played with a chip on our shoulder. I think the guys were ready. And honestly, man, I'll tell you, Joe Nye Broom could not be stopped, Dustin. Give me your thoughts on Joe Nye. A double double in the first half. I mean, dude. I mean, he couldn't be stopped, and he was talking a little trash too, Dustin. I love that. He was getting a little lippy. I loved it. Yeah, I love when Auburn plays with that chip on the shoulder, man.
Yeah, they took it personal because even the fan base was hard on them because you lost to
Mm.
freaking Georgia,
Yep.
and getting swept by Georgia in basketball would be completely unacceptable. That's just not something that,
Unacceptable.
yeah. So to come out and do what we did, I knew it was going to be a good night whenever Janai and Lior were fighting for a rebound. It was
Mm.
like, okay, everybody's ready to go. Flan had this look in his eye. It was KD had that look in his eye. He was
Yep.
100% energized in KD tonight. Yeah, dude, everybody was ready to go. They were pissed off and they wanted it. And after a bad week, and look, dude, look at the next 5 games, right?
Yeah.
These these are tough. You had to have this one.
That,
You had to have this one. You couldn't afford to drop this one with the stretch you have coming up.
absolutely. Absolutely. And I tell you what, Dustin, these next few games, man, these are your money makers. All right.
Hmm.
All of us Auburn fans, we're sitting here saying, hey, we need big time wins. It started last night. Okay. This is a Georgia team that is much improved. This is a Georgia team that has two big, talented guards. Okay. Both of them lit us up in Athens. Okay. And what we did last night is we strangled them. Okay.
Hmm.
We did not let their two guards get off. And we blew them out, man. We blew them
Hey,
out. We could have beat them by 40.
listen, Bruce left the starters in until like 2:38, I think, is when he took them
Yeah.
out. And we were up by 20, 30 points. There's a
Yeah.
reason for that.
No doubt. And I mean, and when I say we could have beat them by 40, Dustin, I'm saying like in the second half, man, you could tell
Yeah.
Auburn was up 30 and all that. And Georgia they kept hitting threes and stuff like that. I'm not even really worried about the defense on the back end in the second half. Auburn was in control the entire game. So, man, at the start of the game, it looked a little sloppy, all right, but there was a stretch right in there with about 7, 8 minutes left in the first half. Wendell Green Jr. just flat out took over, man. From any spot on the court, Win was hitting. I mean, he was letting it fly. in transition, the pull-up three in transition, I mean, smooth stroke, bottom of the net, man, driving in the lane, tough shots. There was one he just slung off the glass, man, took contact, and he looked at the official and he was like, "Hey, where's the foul?" You
Yeah,
know,
that was
uh,
wild.
come on, man, like there's body contact there. Call the foul, give me the and one, especially after a shot like that, man. But the transition lob to Cardwell, my goodness. I mean, this Auburn team they were firing on full all cylinders, man. What was your thoughts on Wendell Green Jr. last night, Dustin?
He did his thing, bro. He
No
did his
doubt.
thing, and that's the win we need. 18 points, 6 assists, and the main thing, 3 for 5 from 3.
Mm,
Nice and efficient.
mm.
Nice and efficient. How many turnovers did he have? Do you know?
It wasn't many. I
Because
don't
we
have it
only,
sitting in front of me, but
I think we only had 9 as a team. Um,
9 as a team. Love that single digit turnovers. What else could you ask for? I mean,
yeah, it was just
come on.
it was just efficient. And when he's moving the ball that way, and when he's protecting the ball and he's not turning over, we talk about it. Where everyone knows this isn't a secret at this
Yeah.
point. This team goes as wind goes.
Hmm.
And when he's pulling up from 3 and he's banging them the way he was in transition, you already know
Hmm.
what's up, man.
No doubt. No doubt, Dustin. And we mentioned KD Johnson a little bit earlier, and I wanted to talk about KD, man. We know the confidence, and we've talked about it multiple times, and we've talked about Wynn not having that guard to help him. But last night was so much positivity from KD. You saw the KD from last year, Dustin. And I tell you what, man, seeing the kid smile, seeing him get back in his comfort zone, seeing the psycho KD come back out, man, a breath of fresh air for this kid. I think he's found something, Dustin. I think he's found something. And if he can keep giving us double digit performances, that's just another guy, Dustin. That's another guy to add along with Alan Flanagan, Jonah Broom, Wendell Green Jr., and Jalen Williams. And even to this, Jay Will didn't even have his best game last night, and KD was there to pick him up. And that's where I'm getting with this, man, is these guys, Jay Will, KD, Flan, Win, you're returners, okay? We need each of you to step up. And to see KD Johnson do it last night, man, a breath of fresh air. Super happy for the kid, man. Just you could see Neville. You could see Neville just get in behind him and everything, man. And I love the snapshot of him on the bench when he just kind of looked. He just and just looked at it and then
Yeah,
got
him and
back
Wayne
down
were
the
going
court.
back and forth all night.
Yeah, yeah. So, man, KD, love it. Dustin, you got any thoughts on KD?
We need this.
Mm-hmm.
If we're gonna do anything in March, we need
Yep,
this.
no doubt.
And that's how Win has 18 points, 6 assists, and goes 3 for 5 from 3, right? Is
Yep,
because you have help. And this is the thing I like about KD's performance. 4 for 7.
yep.
Not you didn't get those 13 going 4 for 14 or anything crazy. He played within the flow of the game.
Mm.
We would just that was our cleanest performance of the year. I mean, this team scoring over 90 points is a miracle from Auburn Jesus himself. Uh, and Katie he just looked. See, this was the thing, right? Like after that suspension,
Mm-hmm.
up until there was even some games where he started. I'd say probably 2 or 3 games ago, he started having his energy back but he wasn't playing well. But
Mm-hmm.
there was a stretch where he didn't even have that energy.
Yeah.
And you kind of seen it come and come and come, and then he was really everyone kind of joined him in the second half
Mm-hmm.
in Morgantown, but he had it from the get go in Morgantown. So that's a good sign, bro. Like the last 2 nights, KD's had that from the get. I'm ready to
Yeah.
go. I'm ready to play. Um, it's crucial for us if KD's gonna get 13 and then Dylan Caldwell is gonna give you 8, bro. I mean, you know what I mean?
Man, man. Hey, I was just about to ask you. Let's stay on the bench real quick. Trey Donaldson, Dylan Cardwell.
Yeah, I
Come
want to talk
on
about
now.
Trey.
Come on now. Hey, give me those performances, man. Trey Donaldson, exceptional.
Yeah,
Playing out of his mind right now. Look, he's not gonna
5
fill it
assists.
up. Yeah, he's not gonna fill it up on the stat sheet. It's not gonna be flashy numbers. You're not gonna look at this guy and be like, oh man, he dropped 30. No, but he plays 14 minutes, gives you 5 assists. Come on,
Mhm.
Dustin. That's exactly what we need out of this bench. And Dylan Cardwell, man, I mean, look, if he would have finished that one, if he could have got that one to go, Dustin, my goodness, man, they're lucky. Georgia's lucky he didn't get the one where he got fouled right there, man. Because if he would have completed that one, oh man, um, they were just flying around, man. They were flying around. You could tell it was a different team that went 0-2 last week and struggled on the road at West Virginia in that first half, man. So it was really exciting to see Lior Berman, all right, getting in there,
Yeah.
tussling down low, fighting for boards. Love Lior getting double-digit minutes. Love to see it, man.
Forced
I
a
think
turnover on defense.
yeah, man, and that's a guy that we've been saying for a little while on this podcast that he needs a few more minutes. Keep Lior on the floor. He's gonna
Yeah.
bust his tail. He's gonna get after it, and he's gonna hit you a big shot every once in a while. So I think collectively last night, like you said just a minute ago, this was Auburn's best performance of the year in a revenge game. And in my opinion, Auburn took that Georgia loss on the road and you scratched it off your resume. Okay. They can't look at this and be like, okay, well, you went to Georgia and you got thumped. Okay. Well, they come to Auburn and they got thumped. So let's
Right.
scratch it. It's null and void. Okay. That bad loss at Athens, I don't think you can look at that and say, okay, well, that's a strike against Auburn because they come to Neville and you thumped them even worse than they thumped you in Athens. So, I thought it was a damn good performance, man. I really did.
Yeah, stay steady as a fan because
Yeah.
go back over just the last over just the last week. We played 60 straight minutes of terrible basketball
Yep.
and then followed that up with 60 straight minutes of the best basketball we played all year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So these are college kids, and it's just inconsistent like that. And these are tough games. Like going to Athens was tougher than we thought it was going to be. Going to Morgantown is tough. Going to
Mhm.
USC is tough. So it's just going to be that way. Look at Tennessee last night going to Florida.
Ooh.
Um, so
Mm.
it's just overall the Georgia thing. Like first of all, it's always nice to just kick Georgia's ass, bro. Just
That's a fact.
like and it was never there was never any drama. What was it? 18-14 was probably the last time it was close. And then
Yeah.
from there we just ran with it. I thought another thing that was important too was Semo.
Oh,
Uh
man.
like I know he was 2 for 5, but
Yeah.
this was the first time since the injury that he looked in the flow of it. He doesn't look
Mhm.
hesitant. He looked confident and ready to go.
Yeah.
We had a game plan. The Georgia's head coach White, he's kind of known to give us some problems.
Mhm.
Well, Bruce went back to the drawing board and he figured those night or last night.
Yeah, man. And one thing about Semo, once he hit that shot at the top of the key, you could tell there was a little confidence that come back into five right there. This is always a Semo support podcast. Okay,
Yeah, for
we're
sure.
gonna support him
Semo and
through and
Jalen,
through.
maybe.
Yeah, man, Jalen Williams. He'll be back. It wasn't the best night offensively, but Katie Johnson was there. So you love to see it, man. The Auburn Tigers get a big time win. And one thing before we get out of here, man, where is Yohan Traore? I don't know, Dustin.
So I don't know. I was real quick. I said 9 turnovers. I got it here. It's 5. We had 5 total turnovers.
Wow, we had
So
five. Five.
that's how
That's
you
even better.
that's how you score 90 points. There are
Yeah.
nights Flan had 0 turnovers and went 8 for 10 shooting. Like there are nights where Flan has had 5 turnovers himself. So
Yeah.
when you have 5 as a team, that's how you're going to get it done. I
Bro,
believe it was. Go
Did
ahead, brother.
did did we just did I just skip over Alan Flanagan?
Yeah, we
My
got to.
goodness, bro.
Everybody got off. Everybody got off. It's
Yeah,
fine. Just skip
I'm
over everybody.
sorry. I'm sorry. The disrespect, bro. Hold on. Before we get to Johan, let's back it up, man. Alan Flanagan. Hold up 1 minute, man. What a
80%.
what a performance from
Mm-hmm.
Alan Flanagan, man. Uh, One of the best performances I've seen from him in the past couple years, man. 8 of 10 from the field, 3 of 5 from three, and 22 points, man. The guy was special last night. showing some bunnies, win with the lob, and he
Yeah,
said,
yeah, it was
hey,
nice.
it's on, man. We're out, we're having fun. I know he hit the three from the corner over there. That was a big shot, man. He looked silky smooth last night, man. Alan Flanagan, Dustin, let me hear it, brother.
Oh, he caught the one off the top of the key. He catches it off the screen, the catch and shoot. Doesn't hesitate a minute, lets it
Yeah.
fly and hit it, and then it's on and popping right there. When he dunks it with authority. He's
Hmm.
like we've talked about last couple of weeks. He just got his pop back, bro.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, that's if he's gonna do that, you know,
Mm.
this team's ceiling goes up. I mean, you can't be any more efficient than 8 for 10 with 0 turnovers. And he did his thing defensively too. He
Yeah,
locked
bro's
him
a
down.
dog. Bro's a dog, man, and it's good to see him back fully healthy. And I've always said, I kept saying it last year, man, that you could tell Flan was nervous about the Achilles. You could see it in the
Yeah, for
first
sure,
step,
for
and
sure.
you knew that was bothering him, and you didn't get the same player last year, and now it's slowly starting to come back. And a lot of people coming into this year, they were wondering, well, where's the NBA Flan, all right, the guy that went to test the waters, and we saw he was putting up 15, 17 points in those trial run NBA draft games and all that. And then you see that kind of performance last night, and you're like, hey, there's that Flan. There he is. And if you get that Flan, this Auburn team, with some of the projections that I've seen, Dustin, I like. Okay. I like. But they got to keep it up because you got a tough stretch. You go to Tennessee this Saturday. All
Mm.
right. Tough. We'll get to that in a minute. But man, Johan Traor, where has he been? Is he hurt? What is going on? I don't know, man.
So this was Bruce's explanation. He got asked this
Yeah.
last night. Um, I watched the press conference and I rewound this part 3 times to make sure I
Mm-hmm.
heard it correctly. The way I understand what he was saying was, and then Justin Ferguson posted the transcript as well on Twitter. You can go back and look at it. And he elaborated on it as well. The way he thought Bruce was kind of was
Mm-hmm.
trying to was basically whenever whenever Simo got hurt and Lior came in, Lior earned minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Simo comes back. Bruce wants to keep it at a 10-man rotation. He doesn't want
Okay.
to go past 211.
Okay.
So Johan was the odd man out.
Mm-hmm.
That's the explanation. I'll just give you my opinion. I feel like when a kid that's been struggling goes off and gets you 8 points all of a sudden, and then he doesn't get any minutes, I don't like that. I thought Johan should still be getting minutes to see if he can
Mm-hmm.
build on the first time he looked confident all year. But that's
Yeah.
the explanation, and Bruce knows what he's doing. He wants to keep the minutes at 10 or the rotation at 10 men.
Okay. Okay. I respect it. I respect it. Um, Man, traveling to Tennessee this Saturday, Tennessee dro- drops one to Florida, man.
Woo!
A shocker. They move up to number 2 in the polls, and they get thumped in Gainesville, man. I gotta ask you, Dustin. I gotta ask you, man. Did you? Look, I know it was good to see them get thumped. I always love watching Tennessee
Yeah.
get thumped now, but we travel there Saturday.
Hmm.
You know that that's going to be in the back of their mind, and they're going to want a bounce back performance in front of their home crowd. Would you have rather seen them win last night and maybe get caught sleeping Saturday? Or do you think this Auburn team is up for the task to go into Knoxville Saturday and get a dub?
Man, I go back and forth on this. I can't give you a
Mm,
real good. I don't ride the fence often. Forgive me. I don't ride the fence. I don't know, man. I know this. I know that Bruce has Rick Barnes' number, and
mm,
the way that Buzz has Bruce's number. That just happens, man. These guys see
yeah.
each other a lot. They've been coaching against each other a long time,
Hmm.
and they have. There's just some things that some guys gonna do well, and he knows what. I mean, it's just that way. It's like a right. You can be a really good pitcher, but one batter just has got you figured out.
Mm,
Like it's just that way sometimes,
yeah.
and that's the way it is right here. Bruce has Rick Barnes' number, and it seems like since Bruce has been to Auburn, because you know how it is, bro. All the
Yeah.
players that play for Bruce love him.
Hmm.
They know what playing at Tennessee means.
no doubt.
Even in the COVID year, we sucked. We
Yeah,
went we thumped Tennessee, a way better Tennessee team.
yeah,
Like it just seems like these guys like they know this game means something to Bruce, especially when
mhm,
we go to Knoxville and we always handle our own. So I think from a matchup standpoint and from that standpoint, I think we have a good chance. And everyone, was acting 2 weeks ago like Tennessee was unbeatable, and
yeah,
rightfully so. But same thing with Alabama, and then Bama comes out and gets stumped by Oklahoma, and
yeah.
then Tennessee gets stumped by Florida. So yeah, I probably would have liked to have seen them win first Florida, and then us catch them because now you're going to get their full attention. You are anyway type thing,
Yeah.
but just they're really going to be on guard. They're going to be ready to roll for sure. They're going to be ready to bounce back. They don't want to lose two in a row, but at the same time, we didn't want to lose two in a row. We still came out flat in
Mhm,
Morgantown. Like we talked about, these are college kids. Like it's not
mhm.
Tennessee's not a good enough team. I think ESPN is showing the win percentage thing at like 9% for us. It's like 8.8 or something.
9%.
That's not
Yeah,
that's not
come on,
accurate.
bro. Come on. Kentucky went there and won. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, look, I know Kentucky's rolling and everything right now. They're figuring things out, but that was when they were trying to figure things out and they were struggling. They went into Knoxville and got a dub. So don't give me no 9% BS. All right, I don't want to hear that, man. I went on a podcast the other day, and they asked me who is one former player that you could bring back, any player in Auburn basketball history, to help Auburn win this Tennessee game. Dustin, I got to ask you this same question, bro. Who would you pick to sit on Auburn's roster right now and bring back any former Auburn player to beat Tennessee?
I gotta pick somebody to sit.
Yeah, you got to pick somebody to sit
Okay,
and
cool.
insert
Easy,
one guy.
easy. I'm sitting Leor and I'm bringing back Samir Dowdy.
Mm, Samir, give you that 3-point shot, huh?
Samir's gonna play hard D.
Mm-hmm,
Samir is going to hit the three,
mm-hmm.
and he's not gonna do anything stupid. And in an environment like this, in a game like this, yeah, I want Samir Dowdy's.
I like that pick, man. I said Isaac Okoro. I said Isaac Okoro. That's going to give you a lockdown defender out on the
Yeah.
wing. He can guard, the two, the three. I mean, he can do it at any position, man. Isaac Okoro is a stud, and he's also going to give you 15 to 20. So that's why I liked Okoro, man. I
He
thought
can
he was
help
a heck of.
win. He
Yeah,
can
he
help
can
win,
help
bring the
win.
ball up the court.
Exactly, man. And I said Isaac, and I think he was a phenomenal Auburn player. I think he was a great, and it was kind of crappy that we didn't get to see him make a tournament run in an Auburn jersey, man. It sucked. It hurt because I think that Auburn team was a Sweet 16 team, man. I really do. I think they could have even went further than the Sweet 16 because they were great defensively. And you had a guy like Okoro. I think he had that dog in him to make a run, man.
Yeah, you had that guy, but you were also a veteran team,
Yeah,
and yeah, yeah, for
man.
sure.
You
That was
remember you
unfortunate.
You remember when Samir hit that little shimmy, like he let
Yeah.
the three go and he just turned around and Neville and just the shimmy shake, and I was just like, oh my goodness. And then he like pointed at his arm and everything and was just like, give me all three of these. I was like, oh man, like dude was raw, man. I miss
So
Samir.
Samir is my type of guy. That's my type of player right there.
Yeah, man, and the foul in the corner in the final four and everything.
That's
Like,
bullshit. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm
I
sorry. Like,
I don't even hold it like against him or anything, like
no,
it is what it is.
because
Dude
it's
was
our
a
ball
Auburn.
anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, dude was an Auburn great, man. He was so fun to watch. And D'Angelo Purifoy, man, D'Angelo Purifoy signed a contract in Greece, man, to play professional basketball over there. So I follow him through social media, and I talked to him today, and I said, congrats, bro. Like, I follow you, and War Damn Eagle, and really proud of you, man. So that is another former Auburn great that is overseas, making a big impact, man. I know the league that he was just in, he won like most valuable player and everything, was getting like 18, 19 points a game over there. So he's over there killing it, man. That was a guy on that team, on that Final Four team, that really went through a lot of shit, man. He went through a lot of
Yeah.
stuff at Auburn
Hey,
and bounced back.
shout out to the FBI when the people at the highest order in this country are like involved in mass corruption
Yeah,
and you're worried about, oh my God, Auburn and LSU just signed 4 stars in basketball. We have to go
yeah,
see what's going on. Like, oh, I mean, because Kentucky doesn't do anything shady,
yeah,
because Louisville and Duke have never done anything shady, because North
yeah,
Carolina's never done anything shady, because Kansas is just on the up and up. Get out of
yeah.
here, bro. Like, get out of here. I see what I'm sorry. Like Auburn sucks at football right now. I'm not saying that
Hmm.
the system's designed for us to suck in football or there are forces working against us. Bro, I
Yeah,
hate to tell you, like, when I watched the end of that Virginia game, when I look at the bracket you put us in after the
yeah,
year we had that year,
yeah.
like,
It was
what? And we
disrespect.
and we still ran through all of them, like made history,
It's
and then you decide to not call it's oh, bro. All right. And then you call that foul in the corner, like the whole thing. You know the Kodak song Tunnel Vision?
yeah.
I'll have to go find it. I wrote out a whole song during that. But when it was a remix of Tunnel Vision, and I said they don't want to see my Tigers winning. They put all my players on suspension. It was ridiculous. It was just us against the world, bro. Like I'm gonna have to get off this one because that's bullshit. That whole
Yeah,
that whole scene, that whole thing, and the way
yeah,
they do it, and then Cooper, and then Sharif, and
yeah,
then all of a sudden we're gonna bench Sharif, dude. They benched Colin Sexton in that whole deal for one game. He was in the same
yeah.
investigation. He got benched for one non-conference game. You ruined Danzel Purefoy's career. You ruined it.
Hmm. Yeah,
He didn't get back right for 2 years, bro.
yep.
For what? How come when Cam Newton comes to Auburn, all of a sudden the FBI come down? How come when we get a 5-star center and a 4-star power forward, the FBI come down? Why y'all so worried about what we got going on, bro? Do your job.
Mm,
Do your
mm.
job. The president of the United States, when they do corruption, go get them. Quit worrying about
Yeah.
Bruce Pearl and Gene
Hey,
Chizik.
you remember in Roll Tide War Eagle, right? The little
Oh,
documentary they
bro.
did, and the late great Pat Dye, he said, "There's no program in the country that's lily white." All right, it happens everywhere. I don't pinpoint Auburn and LSU for doing what they did and what went on. Like, go after. You think Duke don't pay players, like you said? You don't think North Carolina and Kentucky and all those cats don't do it, man?
John
Get out of
Wall
here.
and DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, come on, man. Look,
Nah.
you don't think in football, like what Reggie Bush got caught with? Give Reggie Bush his Heisman back, bro, because everybody does it. All right, the dude moved out the hood and put his family in a nice neighborhood, and you want to put somebody on probation, and all these people say, oh well, NIL is ruining college football, bro. They say NIL is ruining college sports, bro. NIL has been going on forever. All right,
Yeah.
people say, oh well, this kid from Alabama, he asked Saban to put his girlfriend in law school, and he said hit the door. That just didn't start over NIL, dog. Like, that's been going on forever. Like, I don't know why people think this is new. People have been asking for cash for ages. So I know a couple people, through the grapevine, man, that say that players have been getting paid since the '80s, dog. Like it wasn't anything like new, like it's
Yeah.
been happening. So
I know
NIL, what's it change?
I know people that know Julio Jones. I went to school with Trent Richardson.
Yeah, like, man, like,
I got
look.
eyes.
Look, bro, like, look at LeBron James. He was driving a Hummer at 18, dog. Like, come on, man. He was straight out of the projects in Cleveland. And you want to think Akron, Ohio, and you want to think Cuz was just went out and bought a Hummer? Like, come on, man. Like, don't be dumb. Like, But we get it, man. It happens. Like the dude was hooked up with agents in high school. Carmelo Anthony, like the dude skipped out, and went to Syracuse for a year and all this stuff, man. Come on. We know, man.
You see the UConn fans?
No, what happened?
Yeah, with Pettiford, that was their big thing. Well, with NIL now, we're going to start losing to football schools like Auburn. We'll just never be able to compete now with NIL.
No, you haven't been relevant in since Shabazz Napier, all right, and Kimball Walker. So
Yeah, since the one coach that made you relevant left. Yeah.
yeah, so I don't want to hear that about no NIL. It's been going on for ages. So that was kind of my point, man. Is like quit blaming stuff on NIL. It's been going on for years. Like money's been getting dished around before NIL. Like it's a mute point, man.
Avery Jones, the center from East Carolina, he took
Yeah,
less money to come to Auburn. USC threw the book at him. It's not.
yeah.
It's not all. It's not all
The,
about that.
the Proctor kid, he said he would have made more NIL money at Iowa than he would have at Alabama. He was
Yeah.
like, but
Yeah.
which one am I going to develop at and have the gateway to the NFL to? He was like, Alabama, man. He was like, they send more players than anybody to the pros. So why wouldn't I go there? He was like, I'm going to turn down NIL money because in 3 to 4 years, I'm going to be making NFL money. So like the NIL stuff is cap, bro. Like it's just, I hate when people just start grinding on
Yeah.
NIL. Like it gets at me, bro. But hey, um, before we get out of here, before we get out of here, the National Signing Day stuff for football comes up, and Hugh Freeze, man, he locks down Jeremiah Cobb. That was just an absolute huge get. We know Georgia made a big push in there for Jeremiah Cobb. A bunch of others try to come in, and Cadillac
Mhm.
anchored down, put his foot down, man, and really got us a big time player. Hugh Freeze on the recruiting trail, man, just hammering home the recruiting job. The guy
Mhm.
got asked at the Senior Bowl, man. One quote that stuck out to me, and I really want to show praise to Hugh Freeze for this. He said at the Senior Bowl, they said, "Man, how have you done this in recruiting so far?" And he said, "Because I understand it and I love it." Okay. He
Mhm.
said, "And when I took the job, I knew it had to be done." He said, "And I haven't slept in my bed since I took the job." All right. He said, "I
Yeah.
might have 4 hours of sleep." Come on now. Come on now, Dustin. All right. Go look at Junior Day last year. 20 people. 20 people. All right. And then you got almost 200 there this year, man. Hugh Freeze gets it, man. He gets it.
Yeah. So we got Austri. His first name
Yep.
slips my mind. Forgive me, but he's a 4-star. He's listed as an edge, but he's 280, and he's
Yeah.
only a sophomore, so he's not going to play edge.
Yeah.
Um, but he'll probably move inside. But the thing I like about this is when you're a sophomore, it's hard to get a rating.
Yeah.
He's already got a 4-star, so you just got to
Yeah.
think the more he develops, he's probably going to sign as a 5-star. He tweeted out a picture of him as a baby in like an Auburn helmet and the Auburn jersey and all that. He's from Opelika. Uh, so that's a huge gift for us, just locking down the backyard. And then Jaden Lewis commits also. Both these guys committed on Junior Day, and
Yeah.
then they played it out to where they announced it on Wednesday because they knew we weren't going to do anything big on National Signing Day, which
Yeah.
nobody did. Like
Yeah.
it's
Because
dead at this
it's
point.
90% at the first go. So
Right.
you
Yeah.
don't expect nothing on the second go.
But yeah, so then Jaden Lewis, and the big thing about Jaden Lewis, he's a 4-star defensive back. The big thing about him is um, his best friend is the number one safety in the country.
Mm.
And there has been some pretty cryptic tweets over the past 36 hours from those
Mm.
two.
Talk to me, Dustin.
So if we're starting to go that direction, and
Yeah.
we're we're still a little bit behind on
Hmm.
2024 just from like a relationship standpoint. Well, like you mentioned, man, Hugh ain't sleeping. Uh,
Yeah.
Charlie Five mentioned the other day on Locked On that Hugh's already been to Central Phoenix City 4 to 5 times. Now you can
Mm.
say, okay, well that's only 30 minutes up the street, and yeah, you should be doing that, but the last guy didn't, and
Exactly.
the other
Exactly.
guy quit doing it. Like
Mm.
he did it at first and then he stopped.
Mm.
It's been a while. They got a 4-star receiver right now. His name is Coleman. Bama's all over him. Everybody's all over him,
Yeah.
but we like our chances with him. And we're going to have to start getting these Phoenix City kids, these Montgomery kids, if we're going to compete. You don't have to fly out to Portland to try to get Darius Clemens, who commits to Michigan anyway, when you've got 4 stars 20 minutes up the street, bro. Just go get
Yeah,
those guys. Just go
no
get those
doubt.
guys. Walker White commits tomorrow, 4-star quarterback from Little Rock, Arkansas. It's down to us and Clemson. It's been kind of hard to get a read on that one. There's some people saying he's leaning Clemson, but it's nothing like strong enough to know.
Yeah,
Last interview I saw with him, he said Auburn was really gaining a lot of momentum. So I don't know. We'll see about that. That would be nice for us to get because you want to get that quarterback early. But like you said, man, and think about with the 25 kid. He said in his quote, I want to get at it. I'm going to go ahead and start recruiting guys.
yeah,
So, like you said, man, Hugh gets it. Let's go ahead and get these guys. It's nonstop. He hasn't slept. He's been saying this week around the Senior Bowl and stuff. I do need to stay on the facility a little bit and get to know the players on this team
mm,
because I think what he said was he's trying his best to be professional, but you just got to be
yeah,
honest at some point. The two things that he said that stuck out to me was he said one, it's hard for me because he keeps getting asked about Robbie Ashford. He said it's hard for
yeah,
me to. He says it's hard for me to grade Robbie because he was always on the run. He said I
yeah.
just can't give a fair grade for a quarterback. What he said was he said I tried to put together a package of when Robbie had time and could read defenses, and he said we struggled to find enough plays to put together a package.
Wow,
And then
wow.
and then on top of that, he said you never. He said I never would have dreamed of coming into a job anywhere, much less Auburn University, and having 9 being the number of offensive linemen I had to get. He's kind of upset because we got 8. His number
Yeah,
was 9. He says he still has to add one in the spring portal season. So just
wow.
it's he just the uphill battle that he's had to face. But like you said, brother, he gets it and he's not scared to get at it.
Love it, man. I absolutely love it. War Damn Eagle on the football side of things. Things are popping over there. Hugh Freeze and staff. Man, it's refreshing. It's
Hmm.
refreshing. It's special to see, man, because these last 2 years have been hell. So, just love the momentum. Love everything that's going on. The schedule sets up for us this year, man.
Hmm.
But this basketball season is turning out to. It looks like it's headed to be a good one. I know we got a tough stretch coming up, and baseball season kicking off, man. Baseball season kicking off. I know we're getting ready
In
for the
17 days.
Indiana. Yeah, man, the Indiana series to kick things off at Plainsman Park. I bought my tickets today. I know you're getting your
Yep.
tickets squared away and everything, and we'll be up there. And hopefully, we can do a pod. Hopefully, we can do a pod. I want to do one inside of Plainsman. I want to do a
Okay.
podcast inside of Plainsman, man. Try to set it up and make it happen, bro. I think that would be sick for the Auburn fans who do watch this podcast, man. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Auburn sports, they're on the up, man. They're on the up, and we're excited and we love talking about it. But as we get out of here, Dustin, I'll let you plug your show over at Southern Sports Daily and let you leak all your content, man.
Yeah. Quick, I ain't got time to go down this deep, but shout out to TB12, baby. Thank you, Tom
Mm,
Brady.
mm,
You dude, I'm 31 years old. Dude started
yep,
playing when I was eight. Like
yep,
it's like the last part of my sports childhood has finally
mm,
gone. So I mean he's got a $300 million TV deal waiting on him.
yeah,
So he'll be all right. But
yeah,
2020 was awesome as a Bucks fan, and to go from not making the playoffs to 17 years, then he comes in and we win the chip. So just a lot of respect for him. He showed everybody how to do it. And in my opinion, brother, greatest team sport athlete in American
yeah,
sports history. I think he
absolutely.
surpassed. I think he passed MJ. As hard as that is to do.
Mm.
Um, you can find me at Southern Sports Daily and follow me on Twitter at dmcshaw28. And man, if you haven't, like and subscribe to us here at the YouTube channel. We got big
Yeah.
things planned, bro.
Yeah, man, big things planned. Go check out the Mikey Matuk interview that me and Dustin had this week. More interviews coming. We're trying to set some up. We're going around the SEC, going to try to bring former players in from those big time universities and those big time baseball programs in the SEC because we really want to hammer SEC baseball this coming up season. So we're excited about it. Catch us here, click the bell to subscribe and everything so you get the notification when we do post a video. We appreciate all the love and support, and we will catch you on the next one. War damn Eagle.